I've decided to make a series of videos all about books that I think young men and boys should read. This is basically targeted for anyone between like 13 to about 23. After 23, you're on your own. No, I'm kidding, but by 23, I'm hoping you would have learnt the lessons these books will teach you. If not, stick around, check out this video. And you know, this isn't just for that demographic. If you're in other demographics, you can still read these books. Maybe not younger, but if you're outside that demographic, you definitely should still read these books. But this video is specifically for those boys and men, and also all the other videos I make in the series will be for them too. I'm hoping to make this a regular thing. So today's video is all about Earthsea, and this is one book, but it's actually 4 books in one. I think the Earthsea series is a fantastic book. I've gotten into it over the past 4 months, and I'm so glad my viewers got me to read it after already owning this book. I genuinely think great lessons can be taught to any young men, young boys, teenagers, people up. I'm 27 and I'm learning and seeing great things in this book. If you're a guy, read this book. Now, you know, maybe you're not someone who likes reading, but maybe you like games, maybe you play Skyrim, such a dated reference, or Elden Ring more recently. If you like stuff like that, I think you would like Earthsea. I think Earthsea maybe isn't as dark as Elden Ring, or at least Elden Ring is continuously dark throughout, obviously inspired by things like Berserk. But I think this has the similar level of world building that something like Elden Ring has, that something like Skyrim has, without all the bugs Skyrim has. Now, why do I think this book is great for like teen boys and young men? Because of the main character, Ged. Throughout the first 4 books, I've not read the 5th and 6th, or at least the 5th one was written 20 years or so after these books, and then the 6th book is a collection of short stories, so I've not read those yet. But within the first 4 books of Earthsea, we're following Ged, who is our main character. We follow him from a teenager, about 13 years old, all the way until he is an old man. And I think that's great to see Ged develop, because it really reflects how young men and boys feel, how they feel growing up. You feel invincible when you're 13, 14, you know, sometimes you feel like the world is against you and you need to lash out. But Ged learns from that. Ged learns from his mistakes. Ged learns that actually I am better than this. I am better than my desire to lash out, my desire to be on top of everyone else. And you see him develop and grow as a person throughout the books. The first book especially is when he has that really big character growth as an individual. That is the one I absolutely think you should read, which is called A Wizard of Earthsea. It's the first book in these. If you're not going to read any of the other ones, read A Wizard of Earthsea, because Ged as a character goes through this great personal growth, which I think all, you know, teenage boys really struggle to go through. At least when I was a youngster, you know, you have this, you want to, you know, be better, you want to be, you know, the best, but also you don't really know the way of being the best, and maybe the way you go about doing that isn't really helpful for yourself and people around you. And that's not necessarily your fault. You're maybe not taught how to do that. You're maybe misguided by people around you, misguided by these influential figures online who are telling you stuff that actually isn't going to help you. It will help them as individuals because of where they are right now, but it's not going to help you as a 15-year-old trying to make his way through life. But a character like Ged, who you could actually connect to, who is your age at that point, and who genuinely like demonstrates this personal growth. He goes on this journey as a young man, and it changes him. It makes him better. And I'm not telling you to get on a ship and go on a journey as a 15-year-old. I don't think that is the best way of doing this. But that personal growth he goes through is something I feel like a lot of young men struggle with. And I think this is a great way for them to understand that journey of growth. And then you go to the preceding books following Ged, and the second book and the third book and the fourth book, he's not the main central character, but he is basically there as By the third book, he's a mentor. The second book is kind of that in-between phase, kind of where I am right now in life, where I am past that early stage of personal growth, and I'm not quite at that I am a mentor phase. I'm that, basically ensuring I know where I'm going in the middle, and that can be scary. Listen, guys, I am 27, and it is kind of scary, but seeing characters like Ged, who they're going to take risks, they're going to do things that maybe aren't the best for himself, but he learns from them, he reflects on those things, and maybe if you're on that older end of the group I wanted to talk to in this video, maybe 20 something, 22, you're coming out of university, you're a bit lost, you know what you're doing. It is all about, you can take these risks, you can do difficult things, but you need to ensure when you're doing them, you're learning all the time. You're making sure what you're doing isn't going to be negatively impacting other people, and if it does, you need to learn to take accountability for that. You need to learn that if I go into this maze and I convince this young shrine maiden to help me out, I need to ensure I have my responsibility that she is not negatively impacted by my decision to go into this maze. You're not going to go into a maze, but Ged does. So I genuinely think a character like Ged is one where you should be able to reflect and see yourself in, because he is so well written as a young man, as a teenager who wants to learn and grow, and who starts off in a position where he thinks, I don't need any of that, I don't need to grow. And that's, when you're young, you kind of feel like you are invincible, you feel like you know what is best. And look, sometimes you will be right, sometimes you have a decision and people disagree with you, and sometimes you've made the right decision, but sometimes you make the wrong decision. And instead of lashing out at the world, feeling like everyone is against me because I did something wrong, you can learn from that mistake. You can grow as a person. You don't need to retreat to yourself. You don't need to run to these online forums where guys are trying to reinforce those negative emotions. You don't need to do that. That is not what's going to help you the best. Characters like Ged persevered. They saw their flaws. They might have turned inwards a little bit to start with, because that's a reaction a lot of us have, because we're essentially scared of being judged. We're scared of being ourselves. But when you learn to accept that you did something wrong, accept other people's help, people who genuinely are trying to help you, not people who are trying to, tell you what to think, tell you what to do, but to actually guide you in a good direction. Not tell you the world is against you, not tell you that X group is trying to hold you back, but actually point you in a direction where you can start finding yourself, start finding those positive emotions and that growth that will help you go forward, and you can become like Ged. You could be at the stage where I am, where I'm relating to Ged as in he's doing these things, he's taking these risks, but he's doing it in a manner where he knows to take responsibility for what he does, to ensure when he's doing something, he is keeping other people in mind too. And then you can transition to where he is in the third book, where he is this, and the fourth book, where he's basically this leader, this guy who is a positive influence on people around them. And he will still make mistakes. You will still make mistakes when you're in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, but you're at a point where you know how to impart positive wisdom onto other people, where you know how to help guide them, help them, become the best version of themselves without trying to have to benefit from it yourself. When you're in your 30s and 40s, you're seeing guys here trying to benefit off of you, a young man. Those people aren't really in it for you. A person who truly wants to help you is going to do it out of the kindness of their own hearts. They want to see you succeed. They don't want to, say, you are going to succeed if you follow me, if you give me money. Those people aren't there to help you. Someone like Ged was genuinely doing it out of, I see great potential in this character in the third book, and I'm actually going to help guide them to reach their potential. I don't need anything from them. I don't want anything from them. I just recognize this person has got what it takes. He's him. He's going to be the GOAT. LeBron and his son. That's not actually a great analogy because it's LeBron's son, so he has a vested interest, but ignore that. So, if you are a young guy, if you're anywhere between 13 to about 23, maybe older, look, I'm reading these books now at 27 years old. Read this book. Pick up this edition. There's 4 books in it. I'm going to put a link to it in the description down below to bookshop.org. Bookshop.org is a company that works with small and independent booksellers. They get a little bit more of a kickback if you buy it through them. Alternatively, pick these up from your local library. I always encourage you guys, go and get a library card. You can pick up whatever books you want. It's amazing. You can have them for 2 weeks. You can extend it for more than 2 weeks. It's so cool. And, you know, if you don't have the money to be spending on books, because books are getting more and more expensive, just go to the library. And I genuinely think if you read this, you will definitely see some growth. And, you know, either get this book for yourself, if you are not fitting in this demographic of teen boys to young men, pick up the book for them, give it to them. You know, those of us who aren't in that demographic, you know, we can't just look at these young men and boys and be like, why can't they just be better? We do need to play our role in guiding them, like Ged. We don't want to have to force and push them and, you know, dangle a carrot in front of them like some of the other people who are trying to influence them. We have to do it in a way that isn't so forceful, that isn't so brutal, because going through this brutal route is only going to reinforce that feeling of it's me against the world. It's not them against the world. Even if they think it is them and us helping them navigate the world. Thank you for watching. I want to give a special thank you to all of the YouTube members. Look at these lovely people. YouTube members get bonus videos, they get polls, they get bonus posts, they get special emojis, which you're going to start seeing popping up in the comment section. They also get special badges by their names. At the moment, they are the YouTube ones, but I'm working on getting them their own custom ones. It is awesome. It is £2 a month. If you can spare the money, that would be fantastic. I would be so grateful for you. If not, like, subscribing, sharing the video, watching the video all the way through to the end. That is also good enough. I thank you for doing that. And like I said, this is going to be a series. I don't know how frequent it'll be, maybe once a month, maybe more often. Basically finding books that I think will positively help teen boys and young men, help them grow, help them have a more positive role model in their life through books. Because genuinely, even though people say books, you know, are hard, reading is hard, I get that, but books genuinely can help shape your life, help make you grow, help you find who you are. And I'm so, so glad that I had books in my life. I'm so, so glad as a young man, my parents were like, hey, dude, let's go to the library. And by young man, I mean like a boy. I'm so glad my parents were like, let's go to the library. I'm so glad they motivated me to go and read books, because genuinely having influences like a book like Earthsea in my life has so positively impacted me. And I hope these books can help you if you are someone who is in that demographic, or help someone who you know who is in that demographic, because you and they deserve to get the positive impact I had from books. You guys deserve to get that positivity that I was blessed enough to get, and I genuinely hope you get it. So please, if you can read Earthsea, just the first book, A Wizard of Earthsea, that is good enough. That is the defining part of Ged's growth. That would be great. If you are a teen boy or a young man who goes off to read Earthsea because of this, let me know in the comments down below. Or after you read the book, come back here and tell me. I would love to hear all about it. Please go check out these books. If you have any other suggestions for books that, you know, could fit in this series, let me know in the comments down below. Totally looking forward to it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you read a great book today.